Hello, my loves. How are you doing today? I hope that you're good, that your family and your loved ones are healthy, happy, and safe. So I'm coming back to you today with another pick a card reading. And in this reading, we're going to look into your life before meeting the one, your future spouse or future life partner. So here we have 3 objects today to choose from. And I really love it when I feel inspired to use objects. And this is one of those days. So let me just give you the options real quick. So we have here the first option, which is a candied olives. Here is my cat's favorite, which is salmon. And here we have the third option, which is chocolate pudding. So you can pick one option or more, the ones that you're going to be inspired or called into choosing. And of course, if you would want or if you need more time, you can just pause the video, meditate on those options and see which ones are going to be yours today to watch. As for me, I'm going to start right away with the first option. Hello, my dear option number 1. So if you have chosen the first option, welcome guys to your reading. So first of all, I've heard so many messages when it comes to this option, and the first thing that I have heard, because just so you know, I'm Mediterranean, and olives have a big significance when it comes to our culture, and the significance is nearly or very strongly linked to family, to roots, to gatherings, to maybe heredity or certain things that are transmitted from one generation to the other. And what I feel like when it comes to your life before meeting the one, it's gonna be all about maybe a journey of self. You're gonna be quite curious when it comes to this journey of self-discovery. Discovering something about your past, about maybe if you are, as an example, living in a place and one or all your grandparents, they came from another place. Maybe you're going to be curious to go back to where they came from, so that you can get to know where they were born, what were like the favorite foods in this particular place, what were the things maybe that how life was for them. And I feel like there was some, and if it is even like maybe a city in this in the country where you are living, you're gonna feel inspired to get more information about maybe the past, like certain things that have happened in the past, or maybe even go back to certain things that maybe that are celebrated in your family. You're going to be quite curious to know more about your own culture, and also to I'm hearing understand a lot of things about yourself as well. So I feel like this chapter, or maybe this period of time that you're going to be in before meeting the one, is going to be all about your own identity in relationship to maybe the culture of people around you, or the culture of like the elderly in your family. And I feel like also it's something that is going to be almost taking you back to the times where you can relate maybe to one specific grandfather or grandmother, or like understand maybe their journey, or like relating to someone that is very dear to your heart. And I'm hearing also maybe as an example for some of you, trying or learning about cooking like some favorite foods, or learning new recipes, or it could be something other than food. Obviously, like culture is very diverse. And just to give you the example maybe of this particular option that you have chosen, which is like candied olives, maybe how they are made, or maybe try to make them on your own, or there is something that is linked to tradition, to family, to going back to your own roots and relate to maybe one person that is very dear to your heart, a family member, and also reintroducing those roots and reestablishing them in your life because you're going to be feeling like, I would want to carry on with this. I would want to include it in my life. I feel like I have been detached maybe from the things that were identifying one of my favorite people in the world, like one, maybe your grandfather or your grandmother. I want to carry on. I want to take the things maybe that have been forgotten and to carry on with them in my own life, and to reintroduce them as part of your identity, as part of your daily life. It could be maybe certain celebrations or certain festivities that you no longer maybe celebrate. You would want to start including them or start celebrating them, and start maybe going back in time and rebuilding maybe your life in a more like in a way that you can include a part of your heritage, or maybe a part of your roots, because I feel like for some of you it could be mixed, but I feel like one part of the family, maybe certain things have been forgotten little by little, or like from one generation to the other, like certain things haven't been transmitted, or have been there is some sort of a distance at this particular moment. So I feel a lot of warmth. And also, I'm hearing for some of you, it's really going to be a very pleasant and beautiful journey, generally speaking. And this is just generally speaking the theme, or maybe the general thing that you're going to be feeling, or that you're going to be in before meeting your person, before meeting the one. So let's get some cards right now and see. The world, yeah, a voyage, like a very important trip. And as I have told you, maybe a grandfather, maybe there where they have been born, or the things that were important to them. Maybe you're going to be having a talk with your grandfather, if you have right now a grandfather. If you don't have your grandfather, may his soul rest in peace, but maybe you're going to be acquiring some information from one family member, or someone that knew about how your grandfather have lived, and you're going to be maybe almost reliving this in the same way that your grandfather have lived. Or even if you're going to be doing just online, or maybe on a research on the internet, it's really going to be such a beautiful decision, generally speaking, that you're going to be doing, or maybe taking. But also I feel like with this world is an integration, or a completion, or a part of you that have been forgotten, that is going to be reintroduced and adopted in your life, and you're going to be feeling almost like almost complete, or there is like a piece of the puzzle that you now understand, and it is a part of your life. When you're going to be reintroducing those traditions and this beautiful culture that unfortunately has been forgotten for a little bit of time. So let's get some more cards. Four of Swords. And Temperance, yeah. So I feel like there might be some documentations or certain things that are gonna require from you, maybe doing a little bit of a research. And with this Temperance, I see a trip. I see a trip. So for some of you, it could be even that you're going to be meeting your future spouse while being on this trip, or like during, or something that is connected to this particular trip that you're gonna do, or even like taking a trip in terms of your knowledge, of your maybe this research that you're gonna do. It's gonna be permitting you to get introduced to new people. And also with this Four of Swords, I see that maybe you're going to be picking up this new language, or learning about the language of your grandfather, or this important figure in your family. And there is a lot of learning that is going to be permitting you with this Sagittarius card, maybe to because Temperance, again, is all about balance. Like reintroduce something that is going to be balancing you, that is going to be such a great add-on in your life. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Cups. I feel like you're gonna reintroduce diversity in your life. And if you have been looking at yourself just in a specific way, you're gonna discover that you're more than that, that there are certain things that are going to be enriching your life. And also with this fire, as you can see, there's going to be a lot of excitement. You're gonna feel like it's just the beginning. You would want actually to know more. You would want to experience more in terms of all the things that make your culture so beautiful and so diverse and so colorful. So you might be like from a place like in the Mediterranean, like quite literally, or one of your grandparents. In Scorpio, I feel like returning. So definitely, I like returning to a place, and this return, like it's really going to be deeply healing for you. Maybe there has been some sort of a confusion, or you haven't been relating to where you have been so far, or to the people that you have been connected to, or even to the culture that right now is part like that you feel like it's yours, but not really, because you are really more than that. There are a lot of different things that maybe, as I have told you earlier, you're coming from a mixed family and you are more you have more adopted maybe like the culture and the customs of one side of the family and not really the other. And now it's like going back in time and discovering things on your own for yourself. So let's get some more cards. 10 of Pentacles, establishment. Two more. 10 of Pentacles. Generosity. 6 of Pentacles. And energy, Ace of Wands. All right. So a lot of excitement. I feel like you're going to be inspired after this voyage, maybe to do something that has some sort of a connection to your roots. Maybe write about it, have some kind of a memoir when it comes to your grandfather. Gather some information that are going to be very valuable to you, because when you're going to discover just how important your roots and the things that made the life, or maybe the journey of one of your dearest grandfather or grandmother, as I have told you earlier, like the journey, it's really going to be very inspiring to you. And you have been, if you have been feeling down, yeah, the moon, if you have been feeling down, if you have been feeling like I cannot relate to this world anymore, I would want to know more, I would want to discover more, there is something more that I am not able actually to see, to perceive, and also to live and experience. I see that this journey definitely is going to be brightening you up when it comes to your ideas, and also giving you a lot of inspiration to do certain things, or initiate new projects, or even think about an alternative way to live your life. And I see, as I have told you with this Ace of Wands, there is going to be a new beginning where you're going to be introducing maybe two different parts of who you are in a very harmonious way. So the Six of Pentacles, generally speaking, is all about give and take. It's all about reciprocity, and I feel like you're giving back to the memory of a loved one. This is really what I feel in here. Like for some of you, that even if you're not going to be actually traveling, although I see that travel is in the cards for many of you, maybe acquiring information from your father, your mother, or certain people that know a lot about this particular person, or about your past, or about your culture, generally speaking, and taking notes of it and reintroducing it. And it's really going to be something that you're not going to expect how much of a powerful impact it's going to have on you. Like if you have been feeling a little bit less grounded, maybe that what you would want to, like if you would like to be more grounded, to maybe if you have been feeling like you have a lot of mental stimulation, you have been overthinking, or your mind really is tricking you or giving you a lot of unsolicited advice or thoughts, I feel like this step, or maybe this decision that you're going to be making is definitely going to be reintroducing a lot of balance, groundedness, and stability in your life. So let's get some more cards. So it says in here defeat and dream at the bottom of the deck. And it says exam, but in this card it's more of a graduation, as in you have passed the test or something. As you can see in here, there is the King of Swords. This always gives me the vibes of the King of Swords, and there is a Queen in here. So I feel like nurturing, motherly feeling, and also going back to the nest, going back home. It's really going to be having a positive impact on your mental state, especially for some of you that overthink, or that you would want to have just a break. It's really going to be very beneficial for you to actually vanquish all sorts of negative patterns or negative thoughts that you have been suffering from. And also with this graduation, or I feel like there are a lot of things to gain from this particular journey. Most importantly, this journey really is going to be very inspiring to you when it comes to what this particular person or what one of your family members have achieved, or how far they have come. And also I feel like maybe meeting certain people that are like you, that look like you, maybe that have maybe certain stories that are going to be very funny, and you're gonna take back home a lot of stories, a lot of things to say, a lot of things to actually tell people, a lot of different things really that are gonna be making, or generally speaking, this journey really is going to be very rich, and it's only going to be enriching your life in a very positive way. So let's get one more card. How is your life going to be before meeting the one? How is your life going to be before meeting the one, please? A gift. In 7 days, like it's a week, it's a completion, just like the world, like certain things that are coming full circle. And I feel like with this gift, it's a gift that you're going to be giving yourself. So it could be that maybe you have been working hard. There is a time that is going to be very, very busy for you, and you're going to feel exhausted. You're going to feel like, I really need some, like a timeout. Like I'm hearing timeout. I just would want to rest. This is like a period that is going to be too much for you. You're going to be doing a lot of different things, being very busy in your life. And then you're going to be maybe taking a week off, maybe going to this place for a week. And it's really going to be one of the most beautiful gifts that you're going to be giving yourself. And with this ring, I feel like also there's going to be a commitment afterwards, maybe to go back from time to time to this place, or a commitment to introduce certain things that are not part of your life right now, to include them back and to celebrate them and to make them as part of your life from now on, or maybe from this time on. So, and again, I just would want to emphasize on the fact that there's going to be a lot of different things that you are not going to expect. Maybe you're going to be going just for the fact that you would want to actually know more about the culture. You would want to visit maybe certain places that are going to be very giving you a lot of information and insights. But maybe you're going to be introduced to a very special people or a special person. Or for some of you, maybe you're going to be meeting new friends, learning a new language. As I have told you, there is a lot of things that are going to be accompanying you, or maybe certain things that are not going to be part of the plan. that you're gonna discover, oh my goodness, that was really the best decision that I have made. And right now there are a lot more than what I have wished for, that right now I know, or I'm starting to learn. As I have told you, for some of you, you might feel inspired to actually start learning the language. But yeah, let's get 2 more cards. Oh, and I just wanted to let you know, guys, this is the month of February, the month of love and romance. So I'm going to be doing 2 love readings each week. So if you would want to get notified when a new reading is going to be up, make sure to subscribe. Because for during the month of February, I'm going to be doing 2 readings each week that are going to be all about your love life, about love, romance, and fuzzy feelings. All right, so let's get 2 cards. 2, steam. 3, spending time together. You are pushing me out of my comfort zone. Yeah, absolutely. So you have been in a specific place, or in a specific place, mostly in your mind, for a very long time. And now with this theme, and also as you can see in here, let me just show you. And here again, it talks about taking a trip, like taking a plane somewhere. In here, as you can see, this machine, there are lots of different buttons and like equipment, but mostly there is a button that says fire. So you would want to recuperate, and this is really going to be something that is going to be permitting you to relax, also with the 4 of Swords, spending time together. I feel like even if you're not going to be with the person, for some of you, you might even travel with your grandfather or this particular person. But I see that for others, it could be that spending time, it's almost going to be feeling like you are with this particular person, with your grandfather, even if they are not with us right now. It's really going to be such a comforting experience all in all. And pushing me out of your my comfort zone, definitely this is not something that you have done before, or that you have even thought about. And it's really going to be something that you're going to feel very thankful that you have thought about it, or that you have initiated, because it's going to be giving you a new taste of life, and a new way of seeing yourself, of celebrating one part of your heritage, maybe that has been long in the past, has been forgotten or even neglected, maybe because you are, as I have told you, a very busy person. And this is something that I have sensed also from those cards. You overwork, you overthink. There are lots of things that are needed from you, like a lot of different people count on you in your life. But again, with number 7 could be very significant. So if you see the number 7, or if number 7 inspires something in you, definitely take into consideration. So let's get one last card. Is there anything else that you might need to know? Lost and found. What was once lost is about to be found. Thanks to the lost and found fairy, sometimes she can help us find things we never even realized were lost. A sense of completion that you haven't felt at the beginning, or even at this particular moment, that it was there, like a missing piece that you were not really aware of. And with this lost and found, definitely this particular adventure, this particular voyage, and this trip is going to be reintroducing a sense of knowing more about yourself, knowing more about how life could be for you, and also how life was for one special person in your life. And with this lost and found, I see that there is a reintroduction of one part of who you are, one part of what makes you you, what makes one of your family members who they are, enriching a part of your identity. And knowing more about it definitely is going to be like a beautiful add-on, and such like those things, or maybe this sometimes, when we live something and when we include it in our lives, it has such a positive impact on us that we have never even realized it's gonna be such a change, or that it's gonna have such an impact. It's really a feeling that you can only feel and appreciate when it's gonna be back into your life. So this is really what I would like to convey to you when it comes to the message of this card. So that was your reading by your option number 1. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to comment about any of the messages that I have delivered to you, you can do so in the comment section down below. If you would like your own private reading, you can book it directly through the website that is linked in the description box. For your support, you can like the video, share it with people that might find it interesting, and also your donations are going to be much appreciated. The donation link is also listed in the information box. For your daily, weekly messages and monthly giveaways, make sure to follow me on Instagram. And the links to my Instagram and all the links again are listed in the description box. So that was your reading. I'm sending you lots of love, and I will connect with you next time. Bye. Hello, my dear option number 2. So if you have chosen this option, welcome guys to your reading. And before starting the reading, I just would like to let you know, or to inform you, that in the month of February, month of love and romance, I will be doing 2 readings each week that are going to be all about love. And if you would like to get notified when a new video is going to be up on the channel, make sure to subscribe. All right, let's start right away with the reading. And first of all, I just would like to let you know, and for some of you, maybe it's going to be good or bad, maybe, I don't know. I'm just going to let you know that the period of time before meeting the one is going to be the period where everything is going to happen. Everything. If you have been looking for an opportunity of maybe something in your life to take off, to get some kind of a partner, in terms of like a business partner, or to get maybe some sort of a contract, a new job, whatever it is, you're gonna also meet this person. You're gonna also meet a lot of different, very interesting people, and a lot of different things are gonna happen at once in your life. I just would like to let you know that. And also with this salmon, I felt north, and there is a very rapid push forward that is gonna happen in quite a short period of time. I've heard 3 months. So for some of you, like for 3, also with those 3 stars, 3 to 6 months, I feel like there are a lot of different things that are gonna happen that are really going to be pushing you from a place in your life to a whole different place in your life. So it could be even that maybe this new opportunity or this new change might require from you maybe to go to a different country, to relocate, maybe to look for another place to live in. And also I feel like for some of you might also feel inspired maybe to get a pet, or to get to adopt maybe a cat or a dog or a bird, whatever you you prefer. And as I have told you, like a lot of different things might happen at once, and it's going to be, for some of you, I'm just going to be very honest, a little bit overwhelming. So all I can tell you at this particular moment is, while you are preparing for this particular shift, for this particular change, while you are maybe planning and structuring how life is going to be for you in the future, do not neglect your health. I really would want to emphasize on that. You would need at this particular moment a lot of energy. And the more that you're going to be focusing right now to build this momentum, to build this energy up, and to relax wherever you get the time to do so, it's really going to be beneficial for you, and it's going to be helping you to get through this period of time that is, like, as much as it might be for some of you overwhelming, it's so exciting, like beyond belief. You're gonna feel very excited. A lot of different things are going to be just like a dream come true for you. But what I can tell you for sure is that please keep in mind, and if you can note it somewhere, or just keep it maybe as somewhere near you where you can see it. Health. Take care of your body. Take care of, if, as an example, you're not getting enough sleep, make sure right now to get enough sleep, to actually take care of the things that you are eating, introducing certain things that are going to be beneficial for you, or maybe sustaining a good like level energy levels for you. It's now it's the time for you really to take care of those things, because you're gonna be very thankful in the future. As I have told you, this period is going to be quite charged. All right, so let's see if I can see something else. So definitely 2022 and 2023 are going to be very significant. And also I feel like there are certain options. If you wanted, as an example, to get some sort of a contract, or to get in a, like some sort of an industry, I feel like it's not only that you're gonna get maybe an opportunity, but you might get multiple opportunities. It's not only one. You might get maybe different options to choose from, of partnerships, of maybe contracts that you're going to be choosing from. But really, there are lots of different things that are going to be maybe putting you in a very optimistic state of mind. And like this period is very happy, very busy, and very exciting. All right, so let's get some cards right now and see your life before meeting the one. Yeah, the Fool. Like it's like this transmitter that has been silent, and then the signal went on. Like the signal went off, and all different receptors are going to be picking up on this, those signals. And this is really what I felt like. It's like you have been planting your seeds, you have been doing the things that are needed from you, you have been exactly structuring your life just the way that you wanted it to be, planning ahead, doing all the right things, and then bam, things are going to be picking up in pace. And really people are going to be, as an example, if you have maybe some sort of a social media account, or if you have a presence on YouTube, on any kind of platform maybe that has a connection to maybe clients online, or something that has maybe an online presence, I feel like new clients, many clients, and like things speeding up, a lot of people getting drawn to you, and there's going to be a really beautiful new start in your life that is going to be absolutely exciting. So let's get some more cards. Strength, yeah. You're going to be under the radars. A lot of people are going to be watching you, trying to require maybe your services, looking up to you in some way. And I feel like for some of you that wanted maybe to take something to the next level, with this strength card, as I have told you, there is going to be a fiery step ahead. And all I can tell you is you need to build up your strength. Like this card also is giving me like the vibes of physical strength. Take care of your health, because it's going to be much needed in the future. And as I have told you, maybe there's going to be an opportunity for you to be selected from a bunch of people, or maybe from a lot of different candidates, and to win certain things maybe that you have been dreaming about, or that you have been wanting to get, or maybe a company that you wanted to get into, or some sort of an opportunity that you have been dreaming to get. It is really going to be yours to take. So let's get one more. Yeah, Page of Wands. Page of Wands is a very curious card because it's a page, but also I feel like traveling, excitement, a new beginning that is full of passion, and you're gonna feel very motivated into taking it to the next level. Again, another page, which is the Page of Swords. Very curious, very communicative. You would want to get more information, get to know people, connect also and communicate with a lot of different people maybe that are away from you, maybe on the internet. And I feel like with those backgrounds that are earthy, I see that as an example, those if you're going to be feeling like, oh, this is just like momentary, or this is just for a short period of time, like the clients, like for some of you maybe that have businesses or that are starting or thinking about having your own businesses, those clients are gonna come back. Those clients, they're not going to be just one-time clients or maybe 2 times. They're going to be faithful clients that are going to be coming back to you, maybe requiring your services over and over again. And I feel like also for those that maybe are looking for contracts, like through maybe employment, or looking for some sort of an opportunity that has that is going to be contractual. I see that the contract really is going to be long-term, in the way that you perceive it, or like when it comes to your field, and also something very strong, very grounded, and very well based. So something really legit. This is really what I see. So let's get some more cards. Your life. Wow, I feel a lot of excitement and busy times. The sun. Wow, the sun is coming up. Like, what can I tell you? As you can see in here with those cards, let me just show you. Something is beaming. Something is beaming. It's like you're gonna attract towards you a lot of different things that are going to be permitting you, even if there's going to be some sort of perceived challenge from your like from the way that you see it at this particular moment. It's not gonna be a challenge in this period. I'm just going to be giving you an example. If you have been thinking about maybe looking for employment in another country or in another place, and you have been overthinking about like, how am I going to be moving, and all the technicalities, and maybe certain like the paperwork that is required from me and all those things, it's not going to be a problem at that moment. So it could be that maybe this employer is going to be helping you get the right paperwork, or there is some sort of a facilitation of this thing actually to take off. So at this particular moment, like when you're watching this reading, like especially for some of you that already know what I'm talking about, that already have the idea, have the plan, I feel like if you are thinking about the issues that might be happening or might be like problematic in the future, they're not going to be problematic. You're going to be getting maybe some sort of help, some sort of a hand-on when it comes to those things, so that they're going to be very smooth. Even if you're thinking right now, how am I going to do it? Just keep it at the back of your mind and do not focus on it too much, because it's really not going to be that difficult when the time is going to be, when you're going to be about to move or about to make this change or to do those things that you would want to do. Six of Swords, transition. So a very transitionary period of your life. And as I have told you, like look again with this imagery of those swords and this boat that is sailing away from those swords, from those mountains. Like I wanted to say mountains in those two cards. So don't focus on the obstacles. I feel like there are certain solutions that maybe right now you are not able to see or perceive, and people that are going to be giving you maybe this opportunity, or maybe you're going to be even getting some information that is going to be very helpful to you and that right now you don't know about. So don't focus too much on how am I gonna get there, because you're gonna get there in a very easy way than what you are imagining at this particular moment. So definitely the Six of Swords is all about also traveling or going abroad, or connecting with people that are far away from you. And the Strength card again. I have seen this card many times, but I wanted it to come on its own, and here it is. So I feel like with this Strength card, I feel like a strong base, a strong foundation. And also I feel like you're gonna be like feel within you that you are ready to take more, that you are ready to make things happen, that you are ready actually, to take more tasks. Like you're gonna feel very well prepared. And as I have told you earlier, like you're gonna feel, for some of you, you're gonna even feel like, oh, I really have a lot of energy. I feel inspired to actually go out and go for a run. Like for some of you, it could be even like right now. Or I feel inspired actually to look for some kind of healthy recipes, or like taking care of your body, of your health is going to be something that you're going to feel very excited actually to initiate. So follow it, and it's going to be beneficial for you, as I have told you over and over again, because this is a very important message to you, to take on a lot of different things. And also with this 10 of Wands, I see that the connection with this person is going to be around this time, or it's going to be in this new place maybe that you're going to be going to, or has might have a link when it comes to the people that are going to be contacting you or connecting with you, or that you're going to be actually this company that you're going to work for. So as I have told you right at the beginning, everything is going to happen for you at once. And with this Sun card, I just would want to emphasize on that this is going to be a period where you're going to work a lot, but feel very happy. No matter how much you're going to be working and doing a lot in your life, it's a very positive energy that I feel. So it's not really something that you're going to feel like it's a burden. Those are tasks that you're going to feel very happy to do, and to do even more, like with those two strength cards in here. So let's get some more cards. A man, yeah. And then, like your person, they're gonna show up. So, oh. So with this card, yeah, home. First of all, with those, like it's almost like this home that has a lot of different rooms, and those rooms have been filled all at once. Like all, and you can see in here this cat on the top of this house. I see that maybe you're going to be, as I have told you, adopting a pet, or maybe a companion, as you can see in here also with this bird. So companionship, and also I feel like with this with those two cards, like love and stability, especially financial, and also when it comes to having your own home. Like for some of you that would want to invest in your own home, it could be that you may be going to be getting the right loan, or getting the right people that are going to be helping you to invest in your first home. And the connection is going to happen right around this time. All right, so the gates are open. It's almost like, okay, like everything whoosh, everything is going to be entering your life, entering this house that you are decorating, that you are feeling right at the right time and at the same time. But again, for some of you that right now maybe you are freaking out a little bit, this is going to be the most beautiful time of your life. And sometimes I feel like, oh, the most beautiful time is going to be that of me just relaxing, enjoying the like the things that I have built. But for like most of the time, like the most important, most beautiful times of our life, and that are those where we feel excited about the things that we are doing, about our projects, about our work, about our relationships. And again, I just would want to emphasize on the fact that because the cape in here, there are lots of moons that are depicted in the cap of this man. I feel like this encounter or this connection is going to be unexpected. It's not something that you are going to be looking for, or searching for a person, or searching for a partner. It's just going to happen in a very natural way while you are focusing, or while you are maybe handling a lot of different things in your life. So let's get some more cards. This is the same card that the first option got. At the bottom of the deck we have secret relationship, and we have here number 7 again, the seventh month. So number 7 here is repeated twice. And also I feel like with the secret, also with this card, as I have told you, with those moons, I feel like something that you're not gonna expect, of course. And also the this card of gift is all about something unexpected, a surprise, obviously a beautiful surprise. And number 7 is definitely significant. So the month of July might be very significant, and also I feel like 2023, because it equalized to number 7, might be a very important year for you. So for some of you maybe that are right now in the phase of planning, in the phase of maybe putting things together so that you can launch maybe some sort of a project, some sort of a business, it's really going to be taking off by something that is connected to number 7. So it could be, as I have told you at the beginning of the reading, maybe 2023, or month of July, or something that is connected to the number 7. So let's get some more messages. Your life before meeting the one, please. Four cards. What's not to love? Yeah, this is your life, because I have put it right into the house. And house for me, this card for you, it's your life. What's not to love about your life? You're gonna really love your life, love every moment, and love everything that you are doing in your life. Taking the lead, absolutely. Trust and humor. So I feel like around the time when you're going to be meeting your person, it's going to be the time where you are feeling very driven, very motivated, and also trusting in your own abilities and trusting in your capabilities. I feel like maybe you're going to be very celebrated. Maybe for some of you, maybe you're even going to be getting some sort of an award, or maybe like a promotion. And also with this humor, I see that this is just to reassure some of you, maybe that you feel like, oh, this is too much energy for me. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to take it. Trust that this time is going to be like, even if there are lots of things that are going to be required from you, or that you are going to be doing, I'm hearing easy does it. Easy that it's not something that is going to be difficult. Even if there are going to be difficult times, or for a lot of other people, like from the outside world, if someone would see your life, they're gonna say, oh, maybe you're doing too many things, or this is too much. But for you, you're gonna be doing it with such ease. And also a lot of people are going to be seeing you as someone maybe that manifests things quite easily. You're just doing your thing as someone just playing around, and you're making things happen. So I feel like there are lots of ease when it comes to maybe establishing the next steps in your life, or maybe creating certain things that you would want to create for yourself, or maybe to make this transition very light when it comes to how you see it, how you perceive it, and how you feel about it. So let's get one last card. Is there anything else that you might need to know? Moderation. Yeah. Is there something you know you shouldn't be eating? Try to eat mindfully and healthily, although fairies say a little bit of what you fancy is fine. So this is really what you need to take into account at this particular moment. With those 3 candles, I feel the energy of the 3 of Wands, which is all about things. You are expecting something to happen, and then when it's gonna happen, it's like the wheel is gonna start turning. So take care of your health, take care also of your energy levels, because there's going to be some work required from you. Nothing that is going to be like burdening you in any kind of way, even if it's going to be seen as a lot. But for you, you're going to be doing it with such ease. It's really going to be just something that you're gonna know how to handle, basically. So this is what I have for you, my dear option number 2. If you enjoyed the reading or any of the messages that I have delivered to you, make sure to comment down below. If you would like your own private reading, you can book your reading directly through the website that is shared in the description box. for your support, you can like the video, share it with people that might find it interesting, and also support me through your donations that are going to be much appreciated. The donation link is in the description box. Lastly, for your weekly and monthly, for your daily and weekly messages and also monthly giveaways, make sure to follow me on Instagram. The link to my Instagram and all the links that I have mentioned again are in the description box. So that was your reading. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I will connect with you next time. Bye. Hello, my dear option number 3. So if you have chosen this pudding, welcome guys to your reading. So first of all, I wanted just to let you know that in the month of February, I'm going to be doing 2 readings that are going to be all about love and romance each week. So if you would like to get notified when a new reading is going to be up on the channel, make sure to subscribe. So let's start with the messages that I have heard when it comes to the option that you have chosen for yourself, which is this chocolate pudding. And the first thing that I have heard is turning pro. So if you have some sort of a hobby, something that you are doing just in your free time, you're gonna consider taking it up a notch, or maybe taking it to the next level, or trying to find ways maybe to monetize it, or to find maybe some sort of client base to it, or you're gonna like a transition from a place of just being someone that enjoys maybe doing something like a hobby to maybe, as an example, having an account and start putting your work there and starting to look into is there any sort of a demand to it, or I feel like mostly for many of you it's just going to be an attempt that is going to be leading you somewhere maybe that you are not expecting to arrive to or to go to at the beginning. So a little bit of curiosity, you just want to know. And it doesn't matter what each and every one of you have when it comes to knowledge that you would want to share, or something very particular that you know a lot about. It could be even like a specific knowledge, or maybe you would want to share this knowledge online, maybe have your own YouTube channel, or it's just a curiosity, like a desire to share, a desire maybe to follow some sort of curiosity that you have. Like, is there anyone that would want maybe to that might be interested in to know more about what I'm doing, or to acquire certain information that I have? And then things are going to be changing little by little until you really are going to be turning pro. So this particular thing, for some of you have already started that, just so you know, but turning pro is really some like a phase or maybe a level where this particular hobby or this particular thing that you're going to be starting or be curious about, it's gonna even permit you to to be an option as valid as your own job, or as like a real job, like something that is going to be giving you a lot of stability, and something that many can imagine themselves maybe having it as a full-time job. So just so you know, the month of March is going to be very significant. So it doesn't matter when you are watching this reading. It could be 3 months from when you are watching this particular reading. This reading is timeless. It doesn't matter when you are watching it. Or more specifically, the month of March, when there's going to be maybe like a aha moment, or some kind of a realization, like it's just something very easy, very simple that is gonna start, and then afterwards it's really going to be like giving you ideas on what to do, what are the next steps. You're gonna be very much practical at like in the future, but like at the beginning, like for many of you that are just starting, although I see for some maybe that you have already started to think about what to do or how to go about it. But for those that are just starting, I feel like there's going to be a lot of different information that might indicate to you how to go about maybe taking this particular thing to the next level. And I feel like around the time when you're going to be meeting this person, this special person, there's going to be around a time of maybe some sort of you're gonna let yourself indulge a little bit. So maybe this money, or maybe this particular monetary gain that you're going to be getting from this new endeavor is going to permit you maybe to get something special. For some of you, it could be maybe an item that you have always dreamed about getting. For some of you, it could be maybe something, it's not something that is connected to your, as an example, having a home, or like indulging and maybe going for like a special trip, maybe doing something that you have always dreamed about doing, maybe even maybe going to your favorite restaurant, something that is connected to a pleasure of the senses, and you feel like, oh, I can indulge a little bit right now. So this is really around the time when you're gonna feel when you're gonna meet this person. And also with this, because this is a Swiss brand, I know this is the Swiss flag, but with this symbol, I feel like when it comes to your money, you're gonna be in a healthy state. You're going to feel very relaxed when it comes to the money that is coming in, and also very optimistic when it comes to the things going to maybe like for your money to increase in the future. You're going to have a positive outlook or a positive vision on how things are going to evolve in the future. So yeah, this indulgence, it's really going to be coming without any sorts of compromise. You're not gonna compromise. It's something that you can do around this time. As an example, for some of you that you would want to buy like a piece of clothing that is quite expensive and that you have always dreamed about getting, or you wanted to get for a very long time, you're not really gonna like stress too much about getting it. You're gonna have the finances actually to invest in like a new wardrobe, even for some of you, or maybe changing something that you always wanted to change. Maybe going for, I'm hearing for some of you, even something that has a connection to your physical appearance. It could be going to how do we call it? Maybe going to a doctor, so that if you have some sort of an issue that you wanted to deal with, or beautification when it comes to your physical appearance, definitely it's going to be possible for you around this time. But I feel even if you're not going to be there, like where you would want to be, you're going to be in a very healthy place when it comes to your finances. But also you're going to have this mentality that things really are starting to flood my way. Things are starting to go for the better. And also, as you can see in here with this symbol of the, let me just show you, the cow. The cow is a symbol of abundance, of things flowing, especially in terms of in a monetary sense. But this is around the time when you're going to be meeting this person. So let's get some more cards. Let's get some cards. We haven't gotten any cards yet. Like the Wheel of Fortune, yeah. Yeah, getting the bag, as you can see in here. And here again with the store, maybe buying something that you have always wanted to buy. In here with this card, maybe for some of you, there is one specific card, one specific brand that you've always maybe dreamed about getting, and it is going to be possible for you around this time. So indulging, buying something that is fancy, luxurious. King of Cups. So your life around the time when you're going to be meeting your person. And Seven of Wands. At the bottom of the deck we have the Five of Swords. So for some of you, maybe there's going to be a big like flood of money, like, to be honest, especially in here with this wave. And maybe it's something that you're gonna keep a secret. You're not going to be telling a lot of people about it. You're just gonna keep it to yourself, basically. You're not going to be telling people, or maybe sharing this new sum of money that you're going to be acquiring with other people in terms of maybe, oh, I have gotten a promotion, or I have like my business is taking off. It's not something that you're going to be maybe showing other people or allowing other people to know about. So generally speaking, I feel like around this time you're going to be quite secretive, and also there's going to be an opportunity for you maybe to let go of certain like habits, or even certain people that have been around, that you know that maybe the relationship that you have has already expired, or that maybe you need to actually detach a little bit from each other. And I feel like you're gonna do it in it's not going to be something I see that if you are, as an example, thinking about detaching from certain friends, especially because you are not good for each other, maybe those friends are not very supportive, or something of something like that. I feel like if you are thinking about, oh, maybe I would need to put my foot down, or I need to do this and that, I feel like this disconnect that you're gonna have with those people is gonna happen in a very unconfrontational way. So the only thing that matters for you at this particular moment is not really to get involved with any kind of pitiful arguments, or discussions, or anything. And I feel like those connections are already out of your life. Even if you connect with those people from time to time, there's not going to be an opportunity for those relationships actually to be carried on in the future. There is not a chance, especially with those two cards. And for some of you also, that you are fearful that maybe when I'm going to be reaching this particular place, or when those things are going to happen for me, maybe certain people are going to be coming back in my life. I feel like there are certain things that are going to permit you to see people, as you can see in here. This man has glasses, and this woman is absolutely naked. And what I get from this card is that you're going to see people's ways, even if they're going to be maybe putting a show to you. As you can see in here, this like it's freezing, and this person there like naked trying to seduce this person. You're going to see people's ways. I mean, like you have been equipped, as you can see this person there, very, very much wearing what they need to wear, or what they should wear in this weather. And I feel like when it comes to, if you're gonna be maybe connecting with people, or if there are certain people that are going to be coming back into your life, you have acquired a level of wisdom, and a level of perseverance, and assertiveness, to know that maybe those connections are not meant for you, maybe to get reintroduced in your life, even if there's going to be a desire, or maybe someone is going to be contacting you or connecting with you. I'm hearing you know better. At this particular moment, you know better. There are certain changes that have permitted you to know the things that are good for you, and the things that are not good for you. And what I can see in here with this King of Cups is you just relax. If you feel like, oh, what can I do about this friend or this person? They're bugging me, they're this and that. Put your energy like towards yourself. Don't focus on those relationships and connections. And I feel like they're already out of your life. Like if you were, as an example, just very easily, just even not contact those people anymore, they're just not gonna contact you. All right. So I feel like there is, especially with this Wheel of Fortune, there are a lot of things that are happening for you at this particular moment. So don't focus on what is coming out of your life, but more so of what is entering your life, because there are a lot of the beautiful, exciting things happening. And those people, as I have told you, they're already 1 foot out the door. So don't really even focus on them too much. So yeah, 5 of Wands, competition. 2 of Wands, planning. and the Hierophant. Wow. So I feel like people are not gonna know until you're going to be reaching this level. So you're the kind of person really that is planning, that is doing your thing, not keeping people maybe people's energies at bay. This is really what I feel like. Maybe people are not expecting much of you, unfortunately. Like for some, because of their own lack of self-belief, they feel like, oh, those, like this person, they need to live in this way. This is what they're expected from them. This is what they're worth. But you're something else. You are planning for your future in a brilliant way, just so you know. And with those two cards, I feel like you're going to really establish yourself very unexpected exploration with the Page of Wands. There is a new adventure that you're going to embark on that is really going to be taking other people that know you, other people that knew about you by surprise. So again, the more that you just keep those energies aside, don't focus on that, focus on your planning, do the things that are needed from you, and enlarge your perspective so that you can maybe build something that is really going to be growing in the future, and where you feel like I'm right now in a very good place, in a very strong place, so that I can indulge in certain things that I have always dreamed about having or dreamed about experiencing. It is really going to be a phase for you where you're going to feel much more at ease, maybe to try new things, to do new things in your life, and to be more adventurous and more. It's going to be much easier for you maybe to even take new risks, or to invest in new things, or to look into new ways to enlarge maybe your finances, generally speaking. So let's get some more cards. Boomerang. Wow, what I feel like with this card, I feel like with this combination of cards that you are going to be people's karma. I'm going to be very honest when it comes to that. So that's why I felt like don't focus on those energies. And when people are going to know about where you are at, especially at this stage, they're going to start questioning their own beliefs about themselves, about you, about their own ways, about their beliefs, about even their identity. So I feel like generally when we hear about karma, we always associate it maybe with something that is bad. Karma is only our teacher, and you are the teacher to many, especially those that have put you in a box, in a category. They're gonna see that maybe you're something else. You're going to be establishing something more than what they have even wished for themselves. And this is something that is going to be opening their eyes, opening their minds on the possibilities of life, on the possibilities of what they can establish themselves. And it is all in all something that is very positive. Even if at the beginning, maybe it's not something that is going to be perceived or received in a very positive way, but it is 100% going to be having a positive impact on people maybe that have low self-esteem, low expectations when it comes to them, when it comes to people that connect with them. And as I have told you earlier, it is all in all something positive, something that is going to be changing people's minds and people's ways for the better. And this is all that matters. Yeah, return. Wow. At the bottom of the deck, we have accusation. So I feel like maybe regret and also self-reflection, looking at things from a different perspective. But also in here, I feel like divine order and the Wheel of Fortune here, they repeated twice, is all about destiny, is all about things happening in just the way that they're supposed to happen. And I feel like, as I have told you, we're going to be actually elevating certain people to the next stage in their life, maybe to because they're gonna see it right in front of their eyes, like it's gonna be in their face. It's gonna be obliging them maybe to think about different ways of being, or to think about things differently, or even to recollect certain things that have happened in your life together, maybe when you were together. It could be here like romantic partner or romantic partners, or even friends, family members. I'm hearing here people in general. It could be different for each and every one of you. But I feel like a reassessment, a life review. It's really something that is going to be opening people's minds and eyes into the reality of things, into how limiting they were towards themselves and towards others. And with this return, I'm hearing Saturn return. So maybe your 30s are going to be quite significant, or number 3 is going to be significant. But again, I feel like you're going to be meeting this person on the top of the wheel, on the top of your game, on the top of something maybe that you have been thinking about doing, thinking about achieving, thinking about reaching again with this Hierophant, a higher level, like a new stage in your life, definitely. And a stage where people are going to be contemplating you. So it could be that you have maybe some sort of social media following, or some sort of an account where people are going to be looking up to you. And it's really going to be almost a show that is going to teach people a lot. And that is going to be teaching them again that you don't have to stay in this place. I have done it myself. Now I'm in another place, and you can do it yourself, and you can do it. You can do it too. So a lot of transformation in terms of people's lives that you're going to initiate, that you're going to inspire people to think about, a lot of thoughts that you're going to initiate with this change, with this level up, with this glow up. I'm hearing for some of you that you're going to be starting, that you're going to be following your instincts, your energy levels into creating in your life. But definitely, as I have told you earlier, things come in full circle. Like whatever the box that you have been putting in, you are something completely different, and everyone is going to be seeing it with their own eyes. Positive change in an existing relationship. Look at that. And in here we have August, so it could be a Leo. But August is a very transitionary month, as in, especially when it comes to students, in here with the Hierophant. Generally, August is the month of the holidays. And I feel like maybe you're going to be disappearing for people's radars for a little bit, and then when they're gonna see you afterwards, you're gonna be a completely transformed person. Positive change. And again, just to emphasize on that, my dears, this karma has a positive impact. Like karma always has something positive to teach us. Its purpose is to elevate us to the next level in our lives. And why we feel like, oh, we have karma, and it repeats. Sometimes when it's difficult for us to learn from one specific lesson, this lesson is repeated in a different way so that we can get the message and we move on to the next level in our life. So you are introducing something positive in other people's lives. That's why I felt like at the beginning, don't focus on this energy, focus on where you're going, because you're going to be pushing a lot of people towards a better place in their life as well. So let's get some messages right now. Your life before meeting the one, before meeting the one, please. Okay. My dream is us growing together. Going together. Like everyone is gonna benefit from this life change, from this life transformation that you are initiating, or maybe this new life that you are creating for yourself at this particular moment. Growing together. Everyone is gonna grow from this pity energy, or maybe from this place where everyone really was losing. Even if certain people, maybe they weren't the best like friends, or they weren't the best companions to you, they're gonna grow out of this energy into a better place in their life, and everyone really is gonna benefit from this positive change that you are introducing in your life. Bring it on. a lot of excitement in your life. And also I feel like with this bringing on, again, you're going to be willing to take risks, maybe to invest in new things, to know about how to create money, generally speaking. And also with these two cards, like it's right next, you're not going to be thinking about maybe something coming back from the past, or like bring it on. I'm not ashamed of who I am. I'm very proud of the things that I have established. I have no problem actually putting it out there and showing it or portraying it. And like bringing on is also about feeling courageous, feeling like you can go out there and making things happen for your life. And also because it's right next to this competition card, competition is not going to be scaring you. Competition is the place where you feel like there is opportunity, and you're not going to feel like, oh, a lot of people want this particular thing, so maybe it's not good for me, I don't want to go there. No, bring it on. Like a lot of courage, a lot of stamina. Also with the Leo energy that I have felt earlier, a lot of strength of character, and also a lot of energy that is going to be pushing you forwards. Opportunity, obviously. There are a lot of opportunities that you're gonna grab. It's not an opportunity that you're going to be sitting and thinking, oh, I would want this and I don't want to go out there and maybe push other people's buttons, or maybe go for something new. No, bring it on. Like you're gonna go out there and take your own opportunities and make things happen in your life. You bring the sweetness in my life. Yeah. So with this, you bring the sweetness in my life. I feel like this love, this person that is going to be entering your life, like your future partner, future spouse, your relationship is going to be very sweet, very sweet. I feel like in terms of you communicating with each other, in terms of how you connect with each other, I feel like it's based on a lot of care, a lot of I feel adorable in the way that you talk about yourself and talk towards yourself. I feel like when like you pick up the phone, you're like, honey, sweetie, lots of sweet names. Maybe you're going to be having names for cute names for each other, and it is going to be really the sweetest, the cutest relationship in your life. And it's something that it's really going to be filling your heart with joy and like again with sweetness. So let's get one more card. Inspiration. Be prepared. You'll soon receive a visit from a fairy of inspiration. Come dust or down, she can call at any time. Inspiration, again, also with this page of wands, which is all about exploration. Something that is creative. I know that you are a creative person, even if what you know or maybe your knowledge is very practical. The way that you portray it, the way that you transmitted, it's you do it in a very creative way. That's why a lot of people are going to be actually drawn towards you and want more to know about like how your knowledge, and acquire more about what you have learned. And definitely with this Hierophant, I feel like even if you don't see yourself as such, people are going to be putting you almost on a pedestal, trying to get more about maybe if there is anything that they would want to do. Maybe they're gonna ask you, maybe get some information about how you did it so that they can do it as well. And definitely there is a lot of growth in this first step of exploration that you're gonna do. Again, going back to the first messages that we have heard for you, something that you love doing and something that you know about already, and you're going to be inspired to actually take it up a notch and to follow this inspiration that you're going to have. So that was your reading, my dear option number 3. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed any of the messages or that you have heard in this reading, make sure to comment down below. If you would like to book your own private reading, you can book it directly through the website. The website is shared in the information box. For your support, you can like the video, share it with people that might find it interesting. And also your donations are going to be much appreciated, and the donation link is in the description box. For your daily, weekly messages and monthly giveaways, make sure to follow me on Instagram. The link to my Instagram is also in the description box, along with all the links that I have mentioned. So that was your reading. I'm sending you lots and lots of love and light, and I will connect with you next time. Bye.